We'll solve one more questions on this type 2. We'll solve from number 10. Draw the given figure. F1, sorry, FA, then this force is R, which is equal to 25 Newton. This angle is 60 degree. This is FB. This angle is 40 degree. This is FC 20 Newton. And with respect to this R, this angle is 160 degree. Draw this reference horizontal line and reference vertical line. Okay. Now, in this question, it is given that a force R equal to 25 Newton has components FA, FB, and FC. Now, let's concentrate on this first sentence. In this sentence, nowhere it is given that this force is the resultant of these three. Instead of that, it is given that this force R has the components of FA, FB, and FC, or FA, FB, and FC are the component of this force R. And yesterday when I told you about the resolution, at that time I told you that when we resolve a force into any number of components, yeah, the original force can be treated as a resultant. So in this question, even in the question, it is not given that this force is a resultant of these three, but it is given that this FA, FB, and FC are the component of this force R. And since these are the three components of this force R, we can consider this R as a resultant of these three. Okay, here yesterday I told you that when we resolve force into any component, that original force can be treated as a resultant of that component. So here in the statement it is given that these are the three components of this force R, so we can treat it as a resultant of these three. Understood? So here resultant is given completely, magnitude as well as direction both are given. Here if FC equal to 20 Newton, you have to calculate FA and FB. Okay, two forces, magnitude of the two forces are unknown. I told you that in the morning lecture that in concurrent force system we can calculate only two unknowns. Two unknowns can be anything. It may be the magnitude and direction of the resultant, or magnitude of the forces, or magnitude of one force and direction of some other force, anything. So here we have to find out FA and FB if R is the resultant of these three. Have you understood the question? Here now the question is very simple. Since the resultant is given, so you have to use the principle of resolution. Here since resultant is given, using principle of resolution. Yeah, so we'll use principle of resolution along x-axis, that is summation of fx equal to Rx. So on left hand side, write down the summation of component summation of components of x component of all three forces, and on right hand side equate it with x component of the resultant. So for that we have to resolve the forces. Clear? Now I already told that when we resolve the forces, so you should know the angle made by the line of action of that force either with vertical or horizontal. Okay, clear? So for that, now here inclination of all these forces are given with respect to the force R and not with respect to the x or y axis. Okay, clear? So R makes angle of 60 degree with horizontal, clear, and FB makes angle of 40 degree with R. So can you tell me what will be the angle made by the FB with horizontal? ये angle कितना रहेगा?
80 degree.
It is 80 degree because this is 60 and 40, so it total is 100. Since this is 100, so this has to be 80. Very good. What is the angle made by the FC either with horizontal or with vertical? Let's calculate with horizontal only. Tell me how much is this angle?
40 degree.
Is it 40 degree? Listen, this is 160 and this is 180 or 120. This total is 160, this is 120, so this has to be 40. Okay. Okay, now we got the angle. So let's resolve. Let's resolve this resultant into two components. This is Rx, which is equal to 25 cos 60, and this is Ry, which is equal to 25 sin 60. Let's resolve this FB also into two components. It is in the second quadrant, so x component is left, y is upward. This will be FB cos of 80. If this angle is 80, this will become 80, and this becomes the adjacent side of that. Sorry, adjacent component of that. That's why it is cos. And this will be FB sin 80. Similarly, let's resolve this FC into two components. It makes angle of 40 degree with horizontal. So this horizontal component is 20 cos 40, and vertical component is 20 sin 40. Okay, in it out. Now just you have to write down the two equations by using the two principle of resolution along x and y direction. Along x and y direction, you will get the two equations. Solve that two equations, you will get the two unknowns, FA and FB. Okay. Now summation of Fx, so it is Fa. Don't add the component of resultant with this Fx. Clear? Number of times I am telling this. So Fa minus FB cos 80 minus 20 cos 40 equal to, I have considered all the three components, x component of all the three forces, equal to Rx, which is towards right, so it is positive. It is 25 cos 60. Here, so I got one equation, but in this one equation, how many unknowns are there? There are two unknowns, Fa and Fb. So by using this one single equation, we cannot calculate this. Okay, so even don't simplify. Directly say it as equation number 1, because we require one more equation to get that two unknowns. Here, and that second equation we'll get by using the principle of resolution along y-axis. So let's use summation of Fy equal to R1. Here, y component of this Fa is 0, y component of this Fb is upward, so it is Fb sin 80. Y component of this Fc is downward, which is minus 20 sin 40. Okay, this is a summation of x, y component of all three forces, which is equal to y component of the resultant. Here y component of resultant is upward, so it is positive, which is 25 sin 60. Equation number 2. Solve 1 and 2 equations, you will get Fa and Fb, two equations, two unknowns. If you try to solve such type of sum by using this normal method, R and alpha equation, it becomes difficult. Here, and that's why remember, whenever the resultant is given, use the principle of resolution, you will get the two equations, solve that two equations, you will get the answer. Here, now simplify these two equations and get the two unknowns. Equation number 1 में दो unknowns है, लेकिन equation 2 में एक ही unknown है. Fa eliminate हो गया. Okay, so from this equation number 2, you will get Fb directly. Substitute in 1 here and get the Fa. Here, अभी इसमें देखो again, you can solve this by using our normal method also. The equation simple है, not that difficult. Here आप Fb लिख सकते हैं 25 sin 60 plus 20 sin 40, ये उधर जाएगा तो प्लस हो जाएगा. जो आंसर आएगा उसको डिवाइडेड बाय sin 80 करो, आपको Fb मिल जाएगा. Like that also you can do directly on your calculator. Or just now in the morning lecture I told you that when one equation and one unknown is there, directly you solve function. ऐसा का ऐसा ही टाइप करो, shift solve 0 equal, नेक्स्ट स्टेप में आपको Fb मिल जाएगा. So use solve function and tell me the value of Fb. I will suggest even if such a simple question is there, try to use the solve function. फटाफट कैलकुलेशन होगा आपका. Here sign change का भी जरूरत नहीं है. Only instead of Fb use x. X sin 80 minus 20 sin 40 bracket complete. Alpha calculate equal. So 25 sin 60 bracket complete. Then shift solve 0 equal. You will get this Fb 35.04. And then substitute this Fb in this equation. Listen, अभी इतना practice होना चाहिए कि ये just substitute करो here and calculate the Fa. मतलब ये value इधर डालो, फिर से use करो solve function. Here I will consider Fa as x. So x minus 35.04 cos 80 minus 20 cos 40 shift equal 25 cos 60. Equation हो गया, shift solve 0 equal, you will get FA. So from equation 1 you will get FA, which is 33.91 Newton. Yeah, these are the value of FA and FB to get this as a resultant. Any doubt?
No, sir.
Listen, in the morning lecture, for last 2-3 minutes, there was some connectivity issue. In fact, instead of connectivity, my laptop was get discharged. Okay, because I am connecting my mobile to the laptop. So clear? So morning lecture में क्या हुआ था देखो, when we use summation of Fy equal to Ry, refer your written book, the morning lecture. When we have calculated the summation of Fy, ये माइनस 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 तीनों माइनस था, एंड हमने Ry के लिए प्लस R लिया था, Ry इक्वल टू प्लस R, सो ये प्लस R आ गया था. क्लियर? मतलब ये प्लस R का वैल्यू आपका माइनस सम वैल्यू आया था मॉर्निंग के लेक्चर में. Now in that morning sum we have considered that, clear, ये तीनों फोर्सेस का रिजल्टेंट वाज गिवन एज वर्टिकल एंड वी हैव अज्यूम्ड दैट इट इज वर्टिकली अपवर्ड. ये वर्टिकली अपवर्ड है इसलिए हमने प्लस R लिया था, बट आफ्टर कैलकुलेशन वी गॉट दिस मैग्नीट्यूड एज अ नेगेटिव. Here, so this negative sign indicate that this negative doesn't mean that it is downward. This negative sign indicate that whenever you assume the direction, and with that assumed direction, when you solve the sum with that solution, if you get the negative magnitude, then the negative sign indicate that assumed direction is wrong. Assumed direction is wrong. और अगर assumed direction wrong है तो correct direction क्या रहेगा? We have assumed that it was upward. Yeah, so this negative sign indicates that the assumed direction is not upward, it will be downward. So in the next step, you make it positive and show the correct direction. With this magnitude, this is the direction. Clear? So correct direction is downward with positive magnitude. Whenever you are writing the correct direction, always write the positive magnitude. Clear? ये समझ में आया क्या आपको? अभी इन द मॉर्निंग लेक्चर somebody said that कि सर अगर उसको डाउनवर्ड अज्यूम किया तो क्या होगा? अगर डाउनवर्ड अज्यूम किया तो क्या होगा? देखो, अगर मैंने डाउनवर्ड अज्यूम किया तो दिस विल बी द समेशन ऑफ Fy इक्वल टू Ry. इसमें माइनस R आएगा, Ry इक्वल टू माइनस R आएगा बिकॉज इट इज डाउनवर्ड. मतलब ये माइनस आएगा, ये माइनस आएगा. अभी ये माइनस और ये माइनस, माइनस माइनस आपको मिलेगा आंसर प्लस. ये तो फिर दिस पॉजिटिव साइन इंडिकेट दैट द अज्यूम्ड डायरेक्शन इज करेक्ट. क्लियर? तो यहाँ पे आपको फाइनल आंसर सेम मिलेगा. Understood days? Any doubt? Okay, here now I'm going to start the next topic. ये sum number 8 and 9 आप try करो. If any difficulty you can ask me, but anyhow today I have to finish the resultant of parallel force system today.
Resultant of coplanar system, sir.
नहीं, वो कोप्लेनर जनरल फोर्स सिस्टम हम लोग कोप्लेनर ही स्टडी कर रहे हैं.
तो उसमें और भी टॉपिक्स आएंगे. हाँ,
रिजल्टेंट ऑफ कोप्लेनर में तीन, कोप्लेनर फोर्स सिस्टम में तीन है. रिजल्टेंट ऑफ कॉन्करेंट, रिजल्टेंट ऑफ जनरल फोर्स पैरेलल फोर्स सिस्टम एंड रिजल्टेंट ऑफ जनरल फोर्स सिस्टम. तो कॉन्करेंट हमने फिनिश किया. नाउ विल गो फॉर द पैरेलल फोर्स सिस्टम, रिजल्टेंट ऑफ पैरेलल फोर्स सिस्टम. Now from your division, from this A division right now, how many students are from civil and mechanical? Anybody from civil or mechanical?
Sir, I am.
What's your name?
Shwetank.
Shwetank. But only one student is from civil
Sir,
or
I am
mechanical. Huh? Yes.
So they have raised their hand.
I am from mechanical.
You are from mechanical. 2 students. Anybody else?
Sir, I am from civil.
Civil, third 3. Next. Achha, only 3 students are from mechanical or civil. Okay, resultant of parallel force system. Next topic. Now, what is this parallel force system? All of you are aware about the parallel force system. Here in parallel force system, here the forces, line of action of the forces are parallel to each other. They may act in the opposite or same direction, but their line of actions are parallel to each other. Maybe vertical, maybe horizontal, or even maybe incline also. They may act on inclined body also. Yeah. So such type of force system is known as a parallel force system. Now, how to find out the resultant of the parallel force system? Yeah. The first step in parallel force system is, even if the forces are inclined but parallel, yeah, no need to resolve. पैरेलल फोर्स सिस्टम में रिजोल्यूशन का जरूरत नहीं है यार. अगर वर्टिकल है तो दे विल हैव ओनली y कंपोनेंट, सबका x कंपोनेंट 0 आएगा, मतलब इसके लिए समेशन ऑफ fx 0 आएगा एंड ओनली यू हैव टू कैलकुलेट द समेशन ऑफ fy. इफ द फोर्सेस आर हॉरिजॉन्टल, fy 0 आएगा, you need to calculate only summation of fx. Clear? Then what about incline? So when the forces are inclined but parallel, in that case what you have to do, you can rotate the frame of reference itself. Here you can consider the x-axis along this and y-axis along the line of action of these forces. You can rotate the frame of reference itself. Yes, so that all the forces are acting along y direction. So you summation of fx will be 0 and you have to calculate only summation of fy. Understood? Yeah. So in parallel force system, no need to resolve the forces. Here, second, find. Listen, in concurrent force system as well as in general force system, we have to calculate summation of fx and summation of fy both. Here, in parallel force system, here the forces are either along the y-axis or along the x-axis. So you have to find either summation of fx or summation of fy. दोनों में से एक 0 ही रहेगा. Yeah, so we can say it as a summation of f. It may be either summation of fx or summation of fy. Yeah. Then third, magnitude of the resultant. Here, the formula is r equal to under root of summation of fx square plus summation of fy square. But for parallel force system, out of these two, any one will be 0. Clear? And if any one is 0, then this r is equal to summation of f. It may be summation of fx or summation of fy. Understood? Yeah. Fourth, no need to find alpha. No need to calculate alpha, because in parallel force system, line of action of resultant is always parallel to line of action of forces. Okay, no need to calculate the alpha, because in parallel force system, the line of action of the resultant always parallel to the line of action of the forces. If all forces are vertical, resultant will also be a vertical force. It may be upward or downward. जो इस यहाँ से पता चलेगा. अगर ये समेशन ऑफ f नेगेटिव आया तो डाउनवर्ड, पॉजिटिव आया तो अपवर्ड. But line of action of the resultant will always parallel to the line of action of the forces. If the forces are horizontal, resultant will be horizontal. If all forces are inclined but parallel, then line of action of the resultant will be parallel to the line of action of the forces. Here, and that's why no need to calculate the alpha. You can directly predict that alpha. Okay. But next important thing in parallel force system here than this concurrent force system is that in concurrent force system, the line of action of the resultant passes through the same point of concurrence. Resultant same point में से pass होता था. Here, whereas in case of a parallel force system, here we need to find out the point of application of this resultant also. ये resultant कहाँ पे act होगा? Suppose this is A, B, C, D. Where that resultant will act? यार ये रिजल्टेंट कहां पे एक्ट होगा, here you have to find out that point of application. Here means you have to calculate the distance of that resultant either with respect to A or with respect to B. Here, अगर क्वेश्चन में given नहीं है with respect to which point you have to locate the position of the resultant, then you can find out with respect to either A or B. But if it is mentioned that calculate the position of the resultant with respect to A, then you have to calculate the distance of the resultant with respect to that A. Okay. So in case of a parallel as well as next जो general है, उसमें भी you have to calculate the position of that resultant, means point of application of that resultant you have to. Okay. So the question is how to calculate the point of application of the resultant. यार concurrent में उसका जरूरत नहीं था. यार how to calculate the point of application of the resultant. So in case of parallel and general force system, you have to find out the point of application of the resultant. Here in parallel and general force system, to find point of application of resultant, use Varignon's theorem. Varignon's theorem. You have to use Varignon's theorem. Okay. Again, here sometime the proof of this Varignon's theorem is also asked in the exam. Here, if time permits, I will take that proof of the Varignon's theorem. Okay. But today I will tell you what is Varignon's theorem and how we can use that Varignon's theorem to find out the point of application or the distance of the resultant with respect to any point. We have to find out the point of application means we are going to calculate its distance only. Understood? या तो ओरल में पूछते हैं एग्जामिनर की Varignon's theorem क्या है, Varignon's theorem का यूज क्या है. Yes, so what is the use of the Varignon's theorem? Yes, so in case of parallel and general force system, to locate or to find out the point of application of the resultant or to locate the position of the resultant, we use the Varignon's theorem. Understood? Here क्या use है Varignon's theorem का? In case of a general and parallel force system, to locate or to find the position of the resultant, here we are going to use the Varignon's theorem. Here have understood the procedure for finding the resultant of parallel force system. Very simple. Concurrent से बहुत easy है. Okay. Only you have to use the Varignon's theorem. Yeah. Now, before explaining this Varignon's theorem, here this Varignon's theorem is also known as the principle of moment. Varignon's theorem को क्या बोलते हैं? Principle of moment. Principle of moment or Varignon's theorem. Principle of moment or Varignon's theorem. Now, before explaining this principle of moment or Varignon's theorem, let me tell you about the moment of a force. All of you have studied this moment of a force. ये स्टडी किया है क्या? Yes. So this moment of a force, how to calculate the moment of a force? कैसे calculate करते हैं moment of a force? You said yes. So tell me. आपने study किया है? ये even my daughter is when she was in 9th and 10th ICSE, I taught her this moment of a force in 9th or 10th standard. 11th 12th में तो हुआ ही होगा. कैसे कैलकुलेट करते हैं मोमेंट ऑफ अ फोर्स?
F r sin theta.
फिर से बोलो.
F r sin theta is actually equals to torque.
Okay. Anybody else?
Force into perpendicular distance.
Force into perpendicular distance. Clear? That earlier definition was also correct, but that goes closer to the vector. Yeah, because moment is a vector quantity. Yeah, but in simplest way, at beginning level, you can say that it is the product of the force and the perpendicular distance. Okay. Yeah. Now, what is exactly the moment of a force? Yeah, now we know that when a force is applied on a body, the force produces a different effect. In fact, mechanics में हम लोगों को वही study करने का है. Now, which are the different effects produced by the force? Yeah. So, force may produce the translational motion of a body, as well as it may produce the rotational or turning effect of the body also. Yeah. So, this turning effect produced by the force here is known as the moment. Yeah. Or in other words, I can say that to produce the turning effect, I required a moment. Here I don't require a force to produce the turning moment. Here, or to produce the rotational motion, here I need a force. Sorry, I need a moment or the torque. Here, moment and the torque are very close to each other. For example, suppose if I want to open and close the door. Here, so to open and close the door, I need to produce the rotational motion. And how I am going to produce that rotational motion? I am applying the force here. And this force into this perpendicular distance producing the moment on this door. And because of that moment, here this door can be open and closed. Understood? Here there are hinges. Here. Now, what will happen if I apply the force here on the hinges or very close to the hinges? Very close to the hinges. Door पे very hinges के एकदम close में मैंने force apply किया. क्या होगा? Here, since that moment is required to produce the rotational motion. अगर मैंने force इसके बहुत close apply किया तो distance become very small and approaching to zero. And इसकी वजह से moment zero हो जाएगा. And moment zero हो जाने की वजह से I can't open or close the door. Here, try this. If you apply the on the door, if you apply the force very close to the hinges, if you apply the force very close to the hinges, here very big, either very big force is required here or you can't open the door. क्योंकि distance कम होने की वजह से ज़्यादा force लगेगा because to open and close the door some fixed amount of moment is required. यार अगर ये मोमेंट इतना मोमेंट प्रोड्यूस करने का है, अगर आपने बहुत लॉन्ग डिस्टेंस पे फोर्स अप्लाई किया टू प्रोड्यूस दिस मच मोमेंट, लेस फोर्स इज रिक्वायर्ड. जैसे जैसे डिस्टेंस कम होगा वैसे वैसे मोर फोर्स इज रिक्वायर्ड टू ओपन एंड क्लोज द डोर और टू प्रोड्यूस दिस मच मोमेंट. Understood? Yes, so the turning effect produced by the force is known as the moment of a force. And how to calculate the moment of a force? Yes, so moment of a force is equal to the force into perpendicular distance. It is the force into perpendicular distance. Clear? For time being, इतना ही याद रखो because we are not using the vector approach. अगर vector approach use करते हैं तो उसका definition or the formula is different. Here in vector form, this is the cross product of the position vector and the force vector. Here what somebody said that r cos theta or something like that. Okay, वो हम लोग बाद में study करेंगे. So moment of a force is nothing but a product of the force into perpendicular distance. अभी ये कौन सा perpendicular distance है? It is the perpendicular distance of line of action of force from moment center. This moment center is very important point. Here moment center is the point where the moment being taken. Moment center is the point where the moment being taken. Okay. That point is known as a moment center. Here, or it is the point with respect to which we are studying the turning effects produced by the force. That point is known as a moment center. Here, because the moment is also depend on the position of the relative position of the force with respect to the moment center. Or we can say that moment is also depend on the position of the moment center. Okay, here, next, I'm coming back and I will explain you this, how that moment center is important. Now, let's consider, suppose this is one body, let this O and this A, these are the 2 points on that body and one force is acting vertically downward. Let that force is P. Yeah, so this becomes the line of action of this force. Now, when I want to study the turning effect produced by this force on this body with respect to this point O, here, so this point O become the moment center. And in commonly we say that it is a moment of the force P about O. When I say that the moment of force P about O, it means that I am considering the turning effect produced by this force on the body with respect to the point O. Okay, that point O is known as the moment center. Yeah. So the moment of this force, moment is denoting by M. Here, and whenever you are calculating the moment, it is mandatory to note down this moment center as a suffix to that M. दिस इज द मोमेंट ऑफ फोर्स अबाउट ओ. फोर्स नहीं लिखा तो भी चलेगा, अगर लिखने का है तो इधर टॉप पे लिखो, अगर नंबर ऑफ फोर्सेस है तो नहीं लिखा तो भी चलेगा. ओके यार, जस्ट 1 मिनट. Hello. So the moment of this force about point O, yeah, so it is mandatory to write down this moment center. Here, force नहीं लिखा तो भी चलेगा, because when number of forces are there, it is difficult to write down the force. लेकिन अगर single force है तो you can write it at the top. So this is the moment of the force P about O. यार ये फोर्स नहीं लिखा तो भी चलेगा, but it is mandatory to write down the moment center because the same force produce the different moment with respect to the different moment center. Here इसका moment with respect to the point B is different and with respect to the point A is O is different, and that's why it is mandatory to write down the that moment center as a suffix to that M. So we can read it as the moment of a force about point O or with respect to the point O, which is given by the product of force. So force is P into perpendicular distance. Which perpendicular distance? It is the perpendicular distance of the line of action of the force from the moment center. ये moment center है अभी. Here, so to get the perpendicular distance, you have to drop a perpendicular on the line of action of the force from the moment center. So this becomes its perpendicular distance. Shortest distance of this line from O. Perpendicular distance is nothing but the shortest distance of that line from O. Yeah. So this distance I want. Yeah. So I am writing here OA. So this P into distance OA gives you the moment of the force. Yeah. Understood? Now, since it is the product of the force and the distance, here the unit of the moment is Newton meter. If the force is in kilonewton, distance is in centimeter, kilonewton, centimeter, Newton, mm. Depend on the unit of the force and the distance. Yeah. But don't write this Newton meter as a joule. Yeah, because joule is the unit of energy and moment is not the energy. Yeah, that's why don't write it as a joule. Yeah, it is a Newton meter, kilonewton centimeter, or kilonewton meter, Newton millimeter, Newton centimeter, depending on the unit of the force and the distance. Okay. Any doubt till now?
No, sir.
Okay. Now, this moment, which is nothing but a turning effect produced by the force, are of two types. Means we can say that there are two types of turning effect. Here or in normal use, you can say that there are two types of moment. Actually, moments are not two types. These are the turning effect produced by the force. Here, which are the two types? One is the clockwise moment, and other one is the anti-clockwise moment. One is clockwise moment, other one is anti-clockwise moment. Now, what is the clockwise moment? If the turning effect produced by the force, if the turning effect produced by the force on the body is to rotate the body in clockwise direction with respect to that moment center, okay, then that moment is known as a clockwise moment. Whereas the tendency of a force is to rotate the body in anti-clockwise direction with respect to the moment center, then it is known as the anti-clockwise moment. Here, so clockwise moment and anti-clockwise moment. Okay. Whenever you are writing the moment of a single force, so write down its magnitude and show the sense of rotation. You can say it as a sense of rotation. These are not the direction of the moment. These are the sense of rotation. Clear? But in coplanar force system, you can say that these are the direction of the force, movement. Okay, clear? Now come back to this. Now, if this is the force which is acting vertically downward on this body, here can you tell me what will be the tendency of the moment produced by this force about point O on this body, whether it is clockwise or anti-clockwise? Whether this moment produced by this force tends to rotate this body in clockwise direction or in anti-clockwise direction? Just you have to imagine that. Suppose this is the body, if this is the moment center and the force is applied vertically downward here. So this force tends to rotate the body in clockwise direction. Okay.
Clockwise.
So the moment of this force about point O is clockwise. This is the magnitude, this is the sense of rotation or direction of movement, you can say. Clear? So movement of a force is a product of the force and the perpendicular distance, and these are the sense of rotation. Clear? Now same force produces a different effect. Here, for example, if suppose this is the body, let's consider this body. Let's consider this body. Okay, and I am going to study the moment produced by this force here, and let the force is acting at the middle. Here force है. Here, let this force is P. It is acting at the middle. Now, when I study the turning effect produced by this force on this body with respect to this point A, if I consider the turning effect produced by this force on the body with respect to this point A, so this force produces the movement in clockwise direction, isn't it? Clear?
Yes, sir.
Because of the weight itself, it will move clockwise. Because that weight produces the clockwise movement. That weight produces a clockwise movement. Clear? माझ्याकडे राहू द्या, तुम्हाला जेव्हा पाहिजे तेव्हा देईल. Whereas same force, same body. But when I study the turning effect produced by this force on the body with respect to this point, clear? So it produces the anti-clockwise movement. Clear? It means that the same force produces a different moment with respect to the different moment center, and that's why it is required to note down the moment center with respect to which point you are studying the turning effect. Understood? If I say that the moment of a force is 5 kilonewton meter, it has no sense. Here, this is the moment of a force 5 kilonewton meter, but with respect to which point? So that we have to write. Understood? Here, any doubt about this? Have you understood the basic concept about the moment?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Are you comfortable
Yes, sir.
how to decide whether it is clockwise or anti-clockwise? So what I am suggesting for that, you actually imagine, here keep one finger on the moment center and this force is downward. Here move in the direction of the force and turn toward the moment center. Moment center is on the left hand side, so turn toward the left hand side, so it becomes the clockwise moment. Understood? Here, if suppose this is the body and force is acting here. Now I want to study the moment of this force with respect to this point A. So what you have to do? Move in the direction of the force and turn toward the moment center. Now moment center is above the force, so turn above, upward. So this moment is the anti-clockwise moment. Whereas if the point is below, move in the direction of the force and turn toward the moment center. If the moment center नीचे है, तो नीचे turn करो. So it becomes the clockwise moment. Understood? Yeah?
Yes, sir.
So what I am suggesting, you actually imagine, और imagine करना ज़्यादा easy है. Here, in which direction it tends to rotate with respect to that point. Yeah. Now next point. Now I told you that the moment of a force is the product of the force into perpendicular distance of the line of action of force with respect to the moment center. Okay. So the moment of this force P about point O, if this distance is D, then it is P into D. Here. Now I want to calculate the moment of the same force P about A. So can you tell me what will be the moment of this force P about A according to the definition of the moment?
0.
It will be 0. Why it is 0?
Because the perpendicular distance is 0.
Right. Here, so in this case, the perpendicular distance is 0, and that's why the moment is 0. Force is not 0. Force is not zero. This perpendicular distance of the line of action of the force from A becomes zero because we are taking the moment about A. That's why that moment becomes zero. समझ में आया क्या? So from this one we can conclude that whenever the line of action of the force passes through the moment center, or when the moment center lies on the line of action of the force, then the moment of that force becomes zero. Here, whenever the line of action of the force passes through the moment center, or when moment center lies on the line of action of the force, then the moment of that force about that point becomes zero. Understood? Any doubt? Moment का concept समझ में आया क्या?
हाँ सर.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now next. ये देखो रिजोल्यूशन और ये समेशन ऑफ fx एंड समेशन ऑफ fy. रिजोल्यूशन और आपको अगर समेशन ऑफ fx और समेशन ऑफ fy इफ यू आर कंफर्टेबल, देन नेक्स्ट इज द मोमेंट. कैसे मोमेंट लेते हैं? एंड इफ यू आर able to calculate the summation of the moment of all forces by using the proper sign convention. यार अगर इतना आता है तो स्टैटिक में से from this first part mechanics is divided into two parts, static and dynamics. यार तो स्टैटिक में से आपको 70% स्टैटिक आ गया है, ऐसे समझो, if you are comfortable with this, because after that in next 2-3 lessons each and every sum आपको यही करने का है, resolve, find out this summation of fx, summation of fy, summation of f. कभी वो जीरो के साथ इक्वेट करना पड़ेगा, कभी उसका वैल्यू कैलकुलेट करना पड़ेगा, दैट डिपेंड्स सम कौन सा है करके. क्लियर? बट ऑलमोस्ट इन ऑल द सम्स यू हैव टू 70% सम में आपको यही करने का है. सो दिस कांसेप्ट्स आर वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट, रिजोल्यूशन एंड मोमेंट ऑफ अ फोर्स. ओके, क्लियर? देन नेक्स्ट लेट्स कंसीडर, सपोज दिस इज वन बॉडी. Let this point is O, this point is A, let this OA distance is 5 meters. Okay. And one force is acting here. Let this force is 10 Newton, inclined at angle of 30 degrees with horizontal. Can you tell me what will be the moment of this force 10 Newton about A?
25.
25. How you have calculated? How you have calculated? 25.
FR
Your
sin
answer is
theta.
correct. Huh?
FR sin theta.
FR sin theta. Okay. Anybody else? Listen. Answer is correct. Okay. Now listen. FR sin theta means she has taken the, why you have taken FR sin theta? FR sin theta क्यों लिया? R क्या है उसमें, थीटा क्या है उसमें?
सर वर्टिकल कंपोनेंट.
नो,
साइन थीटा उसका वर्टिकल कंपोनेंट है सर.
क्या क्या क्या?
साइन थीटा उसका वर्टिकल कंपोनेंट है.
किसका?
फोर्स का.
फोर्स का.
फोर्स 10 न्यूटन.
लिसन, मैं क्या पूछ रहा हूं आपको? यार आपके माइंड में ऐसा कुछ तो भी फिट है, आप वही बता रहे. मैं क्या पूछ रहा हूं आपको? हाँ, मैं आपको क्या पूछ रहा हूं? मोमेंट ऑफ फोर्स अबाउट पॉइंट ए पूछ रहा हूं मैं. ओके, यार रीड द क्वेश्चन केयरफुली. Moment of a force about point A is 0 because the line of action of the force passes through A and hence perpendicular distance becomes 0 and it is 0. Moment of the force is this, FR sin theta. Yeah, but let's not jump on this directly. Now, according to the definition of the moment, here what I said about the force into perpendicular distance. According to this definition, the moment of the force about point O, if I want to calculate, then the force is 10 Newton into perpendicular distance. Here, now I told you that to get the perpendicular distance, you have to drop a perpendicular on the line of action of this force from the moment center. So this becomes the perpendicular distance. This is not the perpendicular distance of this force from O. Understood? Perpendicular distance is the shortest distance of this line from the moment center. So you have to drop a perpendicular on the line of action of the force from the moment center to get this perpendicular distance. तो इसका ये परपेंडिकुलर डिस्टेंस आ गया है d1. Let it is dy. Here, now next very important thing which you have to remember, because every time it is not possible to explain all these things. Here, if suppose this is theta, here with respect to this is right angle triangle. Yes. Suppose this is right angle triangle.
Not visible.
It is not visible.
Visible, sir.
ओके जिसको विजिबल नहीं है वो अपना से इंटरनेट चेक कर लो बिकॉज अपने कॉलेज में 300 आई एम यूजिंग द इंटरनेट ऑफ कॉलेज का इंटरनेट 300 Mbps का है तो मेरे साइड से इंटरनेट का इशू नहीं आएगा कुछ इशू आया तो सिर्फ वो फोकसिंग का इशू आएगा कैमरा का सो इन दिस राइट एंगल ट्रायंगल here this is the theta with respect to this theta this side is the adjacent side and this side is opposite side am I right okay and ये side जो है what is this is the hypotenuse okay clear अभी इसके बाद में number of times आपको ये concept use करने का है number of times clear and every time it is not necessary means possible to write all these things from basic या कभी ऐसा आएगा इसमें से कोई भी दो साइड दिया रहेगा यू हैव टू कैलकुलेट द एंगल फॉर दैट यू कैन यूज sin cos and tan clear sin theta equal to opposite upon hypotenuse cos is adjacent upon hypotenuse tan is opposite upon adjacent clear if you know the two sides you can calculate the angles any angle you can calculate आप ये भी कैलकुलेट कर सकते हैं not an issue यार इसके बाद में मोस्ट ऑफ द टाइम ऐसे भी सिचुएशन आएगा कि एक एंगल दिया और एक साइड दिया यू वांट टू कैलकुलेट द अदर साइड या सो रिमेंबर लेट कंसीडर द केस अगर आपको हाइपोटेनस दिया है एंड इफ यू वांट टू कैलकुलेट द एडजेसेंट साइड सो यू हैव टू यूज द कॉस रिलेशन अगर हाइपोटेनस दिया एंड इफ यू वांट टू कैलकुलेट द एडजेसेंट साइड सो दिस एडजेसेंट साइड इज इक्वल टू h cos theta and if you want to calculate the opposite side with the help of hypotenuse so this opposite side equal to hypotenuse into sin theta. Am I right? Yeah. So in right angle triangle, if the hypotenuse is given and if you want to calculate the side, here ये hypotenuse को आपको resolve करने का है. Understood? Here जिसमें ये adjacent side रहेगा h cos theta and opposite side रहेगा h sin theta. Okay. आप ऐसा भी याद रखते हैं अगर with the help of hypotenuse अगर side calculate करने का है तो multiply that hypotenuse either by sin or by cos. एडजेसेंट साइड है तो cos अपोजिट है तो sin ऑन द अदर हैंड अगर ये साइड पता है इफ यू वांट टू कैलकुलेट द हाइपोटेनस अगर साइड पता है इफ यू वांट टू कैलकुलेट द हाइपोटेनस साइड ये एडजेसेंट साइड और थीटा पता है सो व्हाट विल बी द हाइपोटेनस इट विल बी a डिवाइडेड बाय cos थीटा एंड इफ यू नो द अपोजिट साइड एंड हाइपोटेनस विल बी अपोजिट अपॉन sin थीटा सो इफ यू नो द side and if you want to calculate the hypotenuse so you have to divide that side either by cos or by sin adjacent है तो cos opposite है तो sin इधर भी adjacent है तो cos से मल्टीप्लाई करने का opposite है तो sin से मल्टीप्लाई करने का मतलब आपको अगर साइड कैलकुलेट करने का है with help of hypotenuse तो मल्टीप्लाई करो and if you want to calculate the hypotenuse with help of side तो साइड को डिवाइड करो either by cos or by sin adjacent side पिक्चर में है तो cos opposite side है तो sin यार परफेक्ट करके रखो ये number of times we are going to use यार अभी इधर ध्यान दो now in this right angle triangle ये d1 is the perpendicular distance यार so moment become 10 into d1 लेकिन d1 कितना होगा this d1 is how much so in this right angle triangle here this is the hypotenuse and with respect to this 30 this is the opposite side so opposite side आया तो sin here so this is 10 into 5 sin 30 here this become the moment this is the force this is the perpendicular distance right yeah so if the force is inclined like this you can do but every time it is little bit difficult let's consider another case suppose such type of L shaped body is there let this is 3 meter let this is 5 meter okay this perpendicular these two arms are perpendicular and one force is acting like this let it is again 10 Newton here let or I can consider this as a 5 meter and this as a 3 meter let this point is A, this point is O and let this point is B now. This angle is 30 degree. Now moment of this force about A is 0, moment of this force about O is 10 into 5 sin 30 according to the definition of the moment. हमने ये distance calculate कर लिया. Now according to the definition of the moment, if I want to calculate the moment of this force about point B, yeah, so you have to extend this line of action and you have to drop a perpendicular from B. So this 10 into this distance d2 gives you the moment. But now in this geometry of this figure, it is difficult to calculate this d2 distance. Calculate कर सकते हैं, but not that easy. इतना easy नहीं है. Okay, yeah, and that's why in such cases, if the force is inclined, instead of finding the perpendicular distance to take the moment, they are better you resolve the force and take the moment of its components. Here, क्या करने का है? If the force is inclined, here instead of finding the perpendicular distance, better you resolve the force and take the moment of its components. Here, अभी फोर्स को कहां पे रिजॉल्व कर सकते हैं? तो आई टोल्ड यू दैट यू कैन रिजॉल्व द फोर्स एनीवेयर ऑन इट्स लाइन ऑफ एक्शन. फॉर टेकिंग द मोमेंट आपको उसको ऐसे पॉइंट पे रिजॉल्व करने का है जिसका डिस्टेंस आपको मोमेंट सेंटर से पता हो. तो यहाँ पे देखो ये ए का डिस्टेंस मुझे ओ से पता है, तो आई विल रिजॉल्व दिस फोर्स एट पॉइंट ए. यहाँ पे अगर रिजॉल्व करता हूं यार, तो ये फोर्स का ये डिस्टेंस मुझे पता नहीं है, ये फोर्स का ये डिस्टेंस मुझे पता नहीं है. तो रैंडमली कहीं पे भी रिजॉल्व मत करो यार. अगर यहाँ पे रिजॉल्व करो तो भी अज्यूम दिस कंपोनेंट्स आर एक्टिंग हियर यार, तो मैं इधर ही रिजॉल्व करता हूँ. वर्टिकल कंपोनेंट, हॉरिजॉन्टल कंपोनेंट. ओरिजिनल फोर्स इज इन बिटवीन. ओरिजिनल फोर्स इज एक्टिंग टुवर्ड द पॉइंट, सो कंपोनेंट विल आल्सो एक्ट टुवर्ड द पॉइंट. So this horizontal component become 10 cos 30 and vertical component become 10 sin 30. Am I right? Now the moment of this original force, listen, whenever we resolve the force, yeah, I told you that in the resolution, हम लोग जब इसको resolve करते हैं, then the combined effect of this component is equal to the original force. Clear? और इसके लिए the moment of original force is equal to the summation of the moment of its components. Summation of the moment of its components. Moment of the original force is equal to the summation of the moment of its components, because these are equivalent to this. Yeah. So the moment of this 10 Newton force is equal to the summation of the moment of these two components. Now what is the moment of this 10 cos 30 about O? What is the moment of this 10 cos 30 about O? If I extend its line of action, it's passing through O. तो इसका मोमेंट अबाउट O कितना हो गया? अरे सो गए क्या आप, या खाना खाने गए? हेलो. तो फिर कोई भी बात नहीं करता है, सब चुप है. अरे व्हाट्स योर नेम? आपका वॉइस कभी भी क्लियर नहीं आता है. As soon as you switch on the mic, some humming sound is there. Disturbances are there. Anybody else? आप थोड़ा स्पीकर चेक कर लो आपका. Anybody else? What is the moment of this 10 cos 30 about O? What is the moment of this 10 cos 30 horizontal component about O?
10 into 10 cos 30.
Somebody said 10 cos 30 into something, somebody says 0.
25.
25, somebody says 25. ये देखो मैं क्या पूछ रहा हूँ वो देखो. मैं इतना ही पूछ रहा हूं कि व्हाट इज द मोमेंट ऑफ, मैंने तो बोल दिया कि समेशन ऑफ दिस 10 न्यूटन फोर्स अबाउट O is equal to the summation of the moment of its components. Now I have to take the summation of the moment of its components. So what is the moment of this 10 cos 30 about O? इसका पहले मोमेंट लूंगा, फिर इसका मोमेंट उसके साथ ऐड करूंगा. So what is the moment of this 10 cos 30 about O?
5 root 3.
Anybody else? मैंने कितनी बार बोला कि इफ द लाइन ऑफ एक्शन ऑफ फोर्स पासेस थ्रू द मोमेंट सेंटर, हियर द मोमेंट ऑफ दैट फोर्स बिकम जीरो. अभी लेट कंसीडर दिस कंपोनेंट इज आल्सो वन ऑफ द फोर्स। यार मैं पूछ रहा हूँ व्हाट इज द मोमेंट ऑफ दिस कंपोनेंट अबाउट ओ, तो इसका लाइन ऑफ एक्शन भी तो इसमें से पास हो रहा है ना। व्हेन आई से दैट द मोमेंट ऑफ दिस 10 cos 30 अबाउट ओ, तो इसका परपेंडिकुलर लाइन, इसके लाइन ऑफ एक्शन का परपेंडिकुलर डिस्टेंस फ्रॉम ओ से तो 0 हो रहा है, तो मोमेंट ऑफ दिस 10 cos 30 अबाउट ओ बिकम 0।
Yes, sir.
फिर इतना इजी बात आपको समझ में नहीं आ रहा है यार। नाउ यू आर नॉट हाई स्कूल बॉयज यार, थोड़ा मैच्योरिटी लेवल बढ़ाओ यार। सो 10 cos 30 moment of this 10 cos 30 about O becomes 0 because its line of action passes through O. Once again remember, अगर किसी फोर्स का लाइन ऑफ एक्शन मोमेंट सेंटर से पास हो रहा है तो उसका मोमेंट 0 रहेगा, क्योंकि उसमें परपेंडिकुलर डिस्टेंस 0 रहेगा यार। एंड व्हाट इज द मोमेंट ऑफ दिस 10 sin 30 अबाउट O यार? इट इज 10 sin 30, ये हो गया कंपोनेंट इनटू अभी इसका परपेंडिकुलर डिस्टेंस फ्रॉम O से ये डिस्टेंस हो गया। इज इट वर्टिकल फोर्स के लिए परपेंडिकुलर डिस्टेंस हॉरिजॉन्टल रहता है, तो ये कितना डिस्टेंस हो गया? इट इज 5। समझ में आ रहा है क्या?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
तो ये देखो यहाँ पे मैंने आई हैव कैलकुलेटेड दिस मोमेंट अबाउट ओ अकॉर्डिंग टू द डेफिनेशन ऑफ द मोमेंट। मैंने यहाँ पे परपेंडिकुलर डिस्टेंस कैलकुलेट किया, यहाँ पे मैंने दूसरा कंसेप्ट यूज किया, यहाँ पे मैंने फोर्स को रिजॉल्व किया एंड आई हैव कैलकुलेटेड द मोमेंट। Understood? So remember, whenever the force is inclined, instead of calculating the perpendicular distance, better you resolve the force into two components and take the summation of the moment of its components. And while taking the summation of the moment, you have to use the sign convention because moment is a vector quantity. Yeah.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Yeah, I have class is 12:30, sir.
Okay, which class you have?
How much? Yeah, physics.
Okay. Then listen, I means from next Monday आपका division may be change होगा यार। So
I am instructor, so sir, I have class. Yeah, this is Dr. Syamo. Yes.
okay sir.
Yeah.
Okay sir.
Yeah. How much time will you take, sir?
Just 2 minutes.
Okay.
सर अटेंडेंस भी बाकी है।
हाँ sir, I will take the attendance and then I will leave the student.
Yeah. Okay, sir.
Okay. Today also I am going to do the same things. Those who are absent last lecture, I will call their numbers only. Okay. Pradeep Aldar. Pradeep. Then Aryan Kore.
Present, sir.
प्रेजेंट। कहाँ था रे लास्ट 2-3 लेक्चर्स?
सर मॉर्निंग के लेक्चर में था।
नहीं, प्रीवियस 2 लेक्चर्स 29 और 30 को।
सर मेरा
नील
नेटवर्क
बारी।
प्रॉब्लम था इसलिए।
अरे कहीं पे भी एडजस्ट कर लेना, ये मिस जो हो गया वो कैसे पढ़ेंगे?
सॉरी।
नेक्स्ट नील बारी, कम ऑन फास्ट। सुमित बारखड़े।
प्रेजेंट सर।
प्रेजेंट। तू भी कहा किधर था रे लास्ट 4 लेक्चर्स? संदेश भावसार। देन बोर्ड से जागृति। चाल के साहिल, आर यू देयर?
Yes, sir.
देन दराडे आर्यन। आस्था दरेकर। Okay, all other are present. Sir, you can continue.
Okay. Yeah, please take attendance, then I will continue, sir. Yeah.
Sir, I finished my attendance.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.